Hello everybody, and welcome back to Air Sucker's Garage. I hope you can see me. I can't flip the camera around while I'm recording, so if not, that's okay too. But didn't come here to talk about you looking at me. So let me flip this around. So what I have is on my 73 Super Beetle, I have mechanical fuel pump, and it died again. About every 2 years, it eats it eats mechanical fuel pump. It could be because it sits. It could be because it's cheaply manufactured. I do put grease in them. I pack them with grease. I do have the correct length rod, but it seems like every 2 years it eats it. And so I have decided to bite the bullet and put an electric fuel pump on it. Now, what you see here before you is a drawing that I made up on how to hook this up and to where the ground is coming off of your oil pressure sensor switch. So if you're in an accident, or instead of pumping gas everywhere, as soon as you lose oil pressure, then it kills the pump. Now, this is not original with me. People were doing it back in the 80s. But it's a good idea. And or if you're going down the road and you lose oil pressure or something, it'll kill it. And that's a good thing. So I'm going to explain. Let me get a pointer. I need a pointer. Let me go over here to my toolbox and in the pointer drawer. As soon as I find it. Pointer. There we go. So, now, hopefully you'll be able to understand this. Now, I've got a 12-volt relay, and the numbers that coincide, they're pretty much the same on every relay. I've got a new one over here in the box. This here is one I had. Now, okay, so you got your key switch. You take your positive voltage, run it through a fuse. I'm using a Facet fuel pump I picked up from Napa. I forget how much it was, and I've had it for a little while. They recommend a 10 amp fuse. Whichever the manufacturer of your pump uses, use that size fuse. Now, this is going up, and this is connecting to terminal 87A. If you notice, this symbol here is a normally closed contact. This symbol here is a normally open contact. Now, so 87A jumps over to 80, or that's 30, excuse me. My 3 looked like an 8. There's a jumper back here, but you can't see, but there is a jumper. I'm touching it right, it's up under here. So, you jump that across. Now let's say your car's been sitting for a while, and you say, well, you need to get some fuel in there. Your fuel done backed out. You can install a push button. This symbol here is a push button. It's normally open, it's momentary, so as soon as you let off of it, you can put that from 30 to 87A in there, and you push that push button. It will turn your pump on, and it will pump fuel when the ignition is on. You wouldn't want it when the ignition is off, just because. Don't want somebody in there fooling around with it. Okay, so off of 30, that's going to the positive side of your pump. Negative side, you can ground it anywhere. Doesn't matter. Ground it to the frame, whatever. Run another wire. Okay, now 86 is one side of the coil. Okay, that's going over to 30 because it jumps over, and that's, so 86 is the coil, and if you look on this relay here, you'll see it as it jumps over. Okay, now you'll need to run the ground from a wire from your oil pressure sensor This is to the case. This is your key switch. Yeah, I like that. I'm not a very good artist. And this is going to 85 on your relay. Now this red light represents the fuel pump. Okay, so now it's on. Your fuel pump's running. That's your normally closed contact. You're getting in there, and when you're cranking, it's off. It closes it to 87. So you're cranking, and it's building up oil pressure. All right, it'll start because you got fuel in the carburetor. Now, when this thing starts, then of course you'll lose the ground, and the coil on the relay drops out. Your pump comes on. So, and if you want to get fancy, you can put an indicator light on it, but you see how this works. You're starting your car, you just turn it on, you're starting it. It fires, bam. You get in an accident, engine cuts off, lose oil pressure, don't want to be shooting gas everywhere. Bam. It's grounded, there you go. Of course, if you turn the ignition off, it's going to, but if you get in an accident, you're not thinking about turning the ignition off or taking the key out for that matter. So, safety. Or you say you're going down the road, you're bucking down the road, and all of a sudden something happens, you lose oil pressure. Guess what? Pump goes off. So, but like I said again, I said this indicator light represents, man, that sucker's hot. Represents the fuel pump. So, with all that being said, now it's always a good idea to carry an extra oil pressure sending switch with you. And you're probably thinking, why? I had one fail on me. The light came on. I've got an oil pressure gauge. I still had oil pressure. Switch was bad. Carry an extra one. But let's say you don't have an extra one. You've got an oil pressure gauge. Your oil pressure is fine. Your sensor craps out. You can still get home. Just take that wire off and you'll be fine. Just take it off. Make sure it doesn't touch anything, the ground, and you'll be fine. Now, let's take another picture, take another look at this diagram. And, you might be wondering what this humpback is. That's the wire crossing over that wire. So, if it went straight to it like that, it would be a connection. I need to stop moving the camera. But see, yeah, see, it jumps over. And that's pretty simple. If anybody has any questions, drop them down in the comments. Please like and subscribe. And I hope everybody has a great day. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. Until next time, be nice to people.